Proceed with the countdown.
10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4, 3, 2.
Time's up.
It's that look. It's that look right there. That look like test me, mother. Yeah.
And then there's a little old lady.
Knives for sale.
So one day Jao shows up and is all like, and this one girl's like, and then everyone else is like, so then this pirate dude named Squint's all like,
I'll catch the shark.
but the mayor's like, oh, and then there's this one really cool
Why did it not start? Why did it not start?
It did. It's live. You're live.
No, but the little thing's not going. Why is it not?
I don't know.
Where's our
It says
video?
live 11.
Our video, or the video just doesn't.
You know, if I did
Oh,
some sit-ups
shit.
in the morning or bent over like this, I'd probably feel 100% Moon River.
Oh my God.
Kamala, there's something different in your genes. Like a mutation.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Loki.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't help myself. I had to make you wait. Like, oh my God, is he still there? Did he
didn't even
leave?
do it. He's not
Did he
even
get
doing
up
it.
and just walk
Didn't
out?
do
What the?
In space, nobody can hear you groan.
See, what we need to send him that like the hat that looks like the shark, so he can live out that image that we have for him, and he can just put that on and be like, "Listen, I have to do this." Arwen, do you know what we're talking about?
I have no clue. Well, you're
Oh,
talking
this
about
is-
Halo, right? You're talking about the
No,
Halo.
no, this is way
I
better
don't-
than Halo. This is the.
No.
Let it just speak for itself.
Hey, how you doing?
So I have Ironcaster to thank for making me watch this. You do have Ironcaster to thank. I guess I am still to blame. So let's just, it's okay. It's okay. And it might have made Moonfall look better.
As I said in the chat, this makes Moonfall look like a masterpiece of cinema history.
It's crazy bad.
Get that
It
back in
really is. In the back of your mind, think about if there's a sequel. Would the sequel be named a parody of another Pink Floyd album, or would it be another shark or moon name would be the sequel? Because that's the only appropriate way to move forward. Is the movie starts, and I have to be honest, I went into this movie wanting all of the humans to die. I'm going to be cheering for the sharks just so I can have an excuse to send more humans to the moon to make another sequel. Now, that's not what happens. However, we all should be thinking about what we need to make as our puns, as our names. So, wait. Who paid you $30, Monkey Jeebus, to watch Moonfall? You get paid to watch Moonfall? I didn't know that was
that was half the budget for this movie. You realize?
I don't know if they had any budget at all. It's insane. They just had somebody who was really overzealous with their green screen stuff, and that's what they were going to kind of go for. So,
if they do a sequel and they keep it with the Pink Floyd stuff, they need to call it Money, and all the sharks are in a casino because they're sharks in a casino.
Oh.
And they're all pretending to be humans. You know, like I'm not shark. I'm Bob.
They just wear suits.
And they call it Money.
They just wear suits.
Yeah.
Like they're mafioso. Oh, that's a good one. That's not bad. There's our first proposal for a sequel pitch. Yeah.
I think they should be lawyers.
Lawyer. Okay. All right. Now we're kind of getting there. So those of you who are not familiar how we do this, we're going to quickly go through this movie. It's so strange because I have to be honest, I really felt like they actually used 1984 footage, and I kind of panicked a little bit thinking this was like Challenger footage. So I was like, well, that seems very inappropriate, but I don't really know for sure. So I don't want to speak totally out of turn, but I felt like there was some footage here. It's supposed to be in 1984. Let's see if I can make this bigger. That's what happens. I felt like some of this footage might have been, but they cut to Russia, and this is Russia space program. It's so funny that we just have this randomly talk about the two people who do not look like they are Russian at all, pretending to be Russians, and they're in front of some sort of pool, and he throws a piece of meat, and then suddenly, I don't know exactly how it happens, but the pail goes into the tank, and then they break out, and this is our first shot. Now, I have to be honest. All I have seen at this point was the poster, and I'm seeing my first shot are hammerhead sharks. So I thought, actually, the look of the sharks, even though the CGA is not good, I'm like, all right, this is going to be good. Sadly, we have to have different variations of sharks. And this is them chasing. Look at them running, sharks running. And this guard is about the most helpful guard in the history of guards.
They used that filter that they're using every time they go outside. They're using this blue filter to try and make it look cold.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about camera work, about how they film, all they did was they put a filter on the camera. So, we will make it look blue so it's cold. Blue means cold.
And very bad gun safety very bad gun safety here. He's got his finger right on the trigger, completely useless.
Oh yeah, good catch.
Yes, completely useless. And they just starts running. By the way, he doesn't do anything. He just stands there. He's still standing there. Nothing's happening. They've escaped. That's her. Now I got to be honest. If I have to have a roll, that's what I want. I want something like that. And then, what earth? Well,
that lady takes her shoe off and tries to fight that one that's like they've escaped. She takes her shoe off and tries to shoe one of them and gets eaten.
Let me see if
I'm like, that's what you get, bitch, for taking off your
shoe. Yeah, so this was a single swipe with a shark, and the dude's bit it. He's in half. There we go.
You know, that shoe lady, I had to stop the movie and just laugh over it. It was just ridiculous enough for me. I'm like, I am in for a treat. At this point, I'm like, I am in for a treat. I am all on board. This wasted no time at all in getting to the movie. Bareback.
Takes her heels off.
Yeah, takes her heel off. Yeah.
And then
chomps.
Here's the guard. He's still not doing it. He just looks around, and then that's what we get. But what's weird is they'll show these scenes, and then you see these shots. Look, there's hardly any skin. They're striking people down, but people are like, there's no skin on them. So I don't understand. I don't understand the prop bodies around the CGI. And this one's got boobs. I don't know if you guys, There's all
Yeah,
sorts
there's
of
some
weird.
femme sharks later
We
that
have-
wear
we have female
bras
sharks.
too. They
Yeah, it's
wear
got-
bras.
We're gonna have to get to how they're manufacturing so much stuff for their, So this is the opening sequence, and then so the plan to escape is not to escape, but rather to steal the space shuttle, the Russian space shuttle. I don't know about you guys, but of all the escape plans I've seen in movies, I don't know that I ever saw one that just for an unprovoked reason was, let's just steal the space shuttle. Now, I will admit, if we know we're going to die and there's a space shuttle that's handy, maybe just go, guys, if we're going out, let's go out on a space shuttle joyride. Okay. This was great. This was full stop for me for a minute. Dude says, I'll sacrifice myself. And he's got this, I kid you not, plastic gun. It's looks like a cardboard tube taped over it with this little orange ball right here. And this is what happens. He just shoots the little ball and it goes back there, but nothing happens. He sits down and lights a cigarette. And then a minute later, so there's like some sort of explosion or something. I'm like, I don't understand. If he's shooting something that can cause the reaction, how is the shuttle still going? Am I the only one that paused at this scene too?
Okay, so he fired a flare. That was a flare.
Yeah.
Nothing explodes. He explodes because they rip him apart.
Okay.
So what he says is he's like, I will give you a few seconds for Mother Russia. And runs out there, fires the flare gun, gets him to turn around. That gives homeboy in the cockpit just enough time to take off with all of them inside of it. But you see it the blood and gore hit the window from this guy dying.
Right. Yeah, let's see if we can get to the shuttle's going off. Shark side of the moon.
What a shit show.
Look at this. It's so ridiculous. I gotta be honest, if you can build this kind of launch thing, why on earth are you going to this little tiny shuttle? You can't build something more to scale? This is sad. So Gap says he's ready. His teeth are ready for Shark Side of the Moon. Dude, I hope so. Okay. What did the shark say after he was accused of eating a human? Not guilty. Okay, Gap, they don't need any help, my friend. We don't need any help. We don't need this. We don't need call two sharks to get married, hooked for life. No, stop. We can't. No. Oh, jeez. Forget to
We'll deal with the finny business around here.
The bad comb over wig to this casino sharks. Yes. Monkey Jeebus Studios do. I only go if it's close. Okay. Shark full of secrets in the next Pink Floyd. Saucer full of secrets. Okay. So they saw Suicide Squad and copied the best part? Not really. No. Shark men are inclusive. Yes. They're shark people. Shark people.
God help us all.
It does look like a toilet paper roll. I said paper towel roll because it was a little bit longer. Same premise. So yeah, it is. Then we get the credit. And then we kind of fast forward to present day. We're in Cape Canaveral. And they're going to go on a mission now. They're going to the moon. Now, I know what you're thinking. Because I was thinking it too. I mean, I have to be honest. One of my hangups to being an astronaut was I can't wear the clothes that I want to wear to my job. I have to wear, a spacesuit or a uniform. I got to be honest. Nope, I was wrong. You can wear whatever you want to wear. Just jackets, T-shirts.
And
this lady's
Apple
got
AirPods.
She's got her AirPod. Okay, so this lady's feeling ill, and he's doing this thermometer check of her head, which is way too far to be accurate, by the way. However, and then says, "You got pain somewhere? I got pain right here. Oh, you got appendicitis. You have to get off the ship." I'm like, what?
Everyone on this bridge is a fucking moron. Everyone, from the commander to the controller to her first officer to the engineer to the doctor to the lady sitting there having appendicitis, and how they bring on somebody. Oh well, we'll bring on somebody last minute. We've only got an hour, but we're gonna get somebody in here. No, that doesn't work.
Yeah, we're gonna
cool guy sitting here coming in on the bike. That no. Someone just doesn't drive up and go, hey, you know what? I'm here. I'll fill in. Doesn't no.
Yeah,
this
and
is
they're just talking about how much they don't like this guy. They're talking about how much they don't want him around. All of their nonsense. and they just start cracking jokes. Like it's just the stupid jokes. So the slightest lady was like, well, I think I got sick at the food truck. I got sick. Oh, you shouldn't eat the food truck, blah, blah, blah. And it's like one guy's making jokes because they make a gas joke. And it's like, oh, I think I left my stove on. It's like, well, remind me not to let you alone in the galley. It's like, what on earth are we watching? What on earth is happening? They're so cringy. All these people are so
this entire movie. This is I was looking at her calling her not Mila Djokovic.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I got a name for her. Are you ready?
I thought the same thing.
Instead of Doctor, she's Commander.
Oh,
look at this. Who is this girl going to be? She's Autumn Sunrise 2.0. Like she's a POC version of that. Like it's a completely different version. There is like a Halo all over again. Like see, she's Commander, Doctor. What you got? Oh, Mila. She's what would be a knockoff? Yeah, you guys in the chat. You have to help us come up with nicknames because it'll just make the show a whole lot more tolerable if you just kind of help us figure out how to get through.
The big hero they had come in on the motorcycle is not Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he's not Cruise.
Yes,
he's
not Tom Cruise.
Because it's like the way they were building him coming in, it felt like they were making this in the aftermath of like Top Gun, Maverick.
Oh, oh my God, what's the thing? Not over the counter, but what when you get meds, but it's not like the prescription brand name meds. You get like
generic.
Generic. Okay, generic Maverick. How about generic Maverick?
Generic Maverick. You got to keep generic Maverick in mind, right? Generic Maverick is good. Let's see what we got here. This year, there's not Mila Jovovich. Oh, it's so cringe. Yeah, there he is. This is generic Maverick. Which I have to be honest, when I first saw this, I actually thought it was a white guy. Because I was on my phone. I turned out later to be completely wrong, which makes other things more unacceptable. This is their version of Creeper, this guy here in the back. It's like the pasty, useless white guy. There's actually two pasty white guys. It's this one, and there's another one on the other side that we'll have to get to.
One is Chum, one is Sharkbait.
Oh, yeah.
Chum and Sharkbait, yes. Oh, man, yes. All right, so NASA always has a reserve on standby, not miles away, needed to be called in. Yeah, they would be like literally like come up the elevator. They would have been medical checked downstairs. We've all seen Apollo 13.
I'm convinced they did that. I'm convinced that was like a last minute shot they put into the movie just because of Top Gun at this point.
Maybe
just to show him showing up on the motorcycle.
Okay. I'm willing to, I almost said, but someone will try to hold me to it. We should reach out to the filmmakers, but know what? They'll answer and they'll want to come on and be like, never mind. We don't want to talk about this movie again. Dean Krantz, I recommend you watch Zone Troopers and instead you choose this. Listen, no. Two different things, Dean. Two different things. Okay, that guy's name is Fade. That's the black dude on the other side. We'll call him Fade. Hopefully that's what you meant, Jacob. Pops, she's commander captain because half the time the crew calls her captain when she's only a commander. Yeah, well, there's also like this back and forth on what to call her because generic Maverick tries to call her boss. She's like, no, I'm not boss. I'm commander. It's stuff like that. It's so freaking stupid. The guy looks like Elf from Rings of Power. Okay.
Oh, the Don Lemon Elf.
Cool Ocean. Yeah. We call him Cool Ocean. The guy on Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power is Cool Ocean because you have to have a calm, easygoing name for your black lead. Cooling Ocean.
This guy? That's generic Maverick.
He's supposed to. Yeah, generic Maverick looks like the guy, like Cool Ocean on Rings of Power.
Right. Okay. So there's all these stupid lines about how they got to get through turbulence, and then we have to have this. So, are you guys familiar with Amy Farrah Fowler from Big Bang Theory? She's the little sister, Ginger Farrah Fowler. In my opinion, that's all I kept thinking when I saw her. She's basically like a ginger version of Amy Farrah Fowler.
I kept calling her not as fat as Tilly. She's not as fat as Tilly. And then it's just. Yeah. I think I broke Pops.
You need an abbreviation for that or something. Not sure I can keep saying with a straight face.
NFT.
Not as fat as Tilly is talking to Commander Captain.
Is this what an NFT is?
Yeah, oh yeah.
NFT, not as fat as Tilly.
fat
Okay,
as
that'll
Tilly.
work. An NFT. We'll never be able to hear NFT again and keep a straight face, and people won't know why. You know the budget is low when the science crew only gets one Apple earbud. No. There's actually several. I just kind of probably jumped over them because Tubi has like 30-second jumps. So I started taking notes as I'm doing reviews because I'm reviewing so much and I'm doing it so fast, and sometimes there's gaps when I can record it. So for this, because I wasn't going to be near, I was doing it on my phone. I just kind of made a couple notes, and then I wrote Apple AirPod ? Because I saw his, and then when you cut to a different shot, there's the girls got one. So it's just what they did. Yeah, red shirts 1 and 2, red shirt, not eye candy. Oh, it only gets worse. Keep that one in the back of your mind. Yeah, we didn't hire hot people. Notice that there's no one in Hollywood that has like a C cup or bigger anymore. Just so we're completely clear. Like, talk about freaking anti-feminism. No one.
Everybody's getting breast reduction surgery now.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought we were talking about with Fade. Was this guy? The other guy. That guy. He's Fade. I don't know what to call her.
Okay, can we address something real quick? Because it's right around here. I had to stop this. I literally had to stop this when the pilot warns the commander that they're experiencing electromagnetic discharge from blah blah blah. It was some shit that like the asteroid belt around blah blah around Uranus. Commander, we are experiencing electromagnetic disturbance around Uranus. And the commander literally, it's right around there. Right there. The commander literally is like, can you please repeat that in English this time? Can you please tell me exactly what you're talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, the mission commander doesn't know what the pilot is fucking talking about.
I know.
They're flying through an electromagnetic disturbance in space that obviously they knew because he's like, it's coming off of the asteroid field around Uranus. They knew this was coming. And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Can you like explain it to me?
See what Fade has to say.
Final run through at 100%. That's working.
It's got to be right.
All it took was 30 seconds to go from everything is fine to everything's falling apart.
Off course by 24.2 degrees.
Yeah, that's their attempt to try writing science, by the way, that will constantly say things like something is off by so-and-so degrees. Something gets off by so-and-so degrees. They do it like 4 times. It's so freaking irritating.
We're not getting back on course.
I mean, I understand that this is not meant to be taken as like a serious movie. I get that. I'm down with that. I get it. But then there's like, would the mission commander really be this effing stupid that
There's
they
no
don't
attempt
know?
to-
Can you please explain it to me?
There's no attempt to make her like a person of leadership that would hold any ability to command people. Like, there's no presence. This is the other chum white guy. But you know what he reminded me of? He reminds me of the really so there's a couple of gangly white guys, but from Dodgeball. Remember the one that falls for the Russian chick? Kind of reminds me of that guy. So this is Dodgeball and Chum.
Unibrow.
Yes.
He falls for the unibrow Russian. So this is Dodgeball. Dodgeball's my nickname for him so far.
Joel, we had some interference from the Van Allen buoy. Course corrected. There's no way
On the computer to continually reset.
I was calling him Tweaker Shaggy.
He's a little tweaker Shaggy for sure. Yes. Indeed.
My job as commander is to stand behind you, yell at you, and push buttons when you should be pushing buttons and doing your job.
But I am Fade, and I don't shave. I have my earbuds
Fade in.
This is the computers going to town.
Control X. I wish you could go back to that. It was like to reset. That's like the warning at the Little Caesars when their displays are down. And it's like, please press Control X to restart. Oh my God.
So great. So, and just for everybody knows, so like, her solutions are always like the dumbest options you would have, like do this, but we're gonna crash. By the way, they're literally like seconds away from crashing, but no one straps in. Watch, she's Ginger's losing her business.
By the way, wait, stop. I like the set there. If we can pause and kind of get that on, not Ginger. If you look at the background there, that's a ring light, and those are like tap lights.
That's a touch light right behind her head. You're right.
Like I've got that ring light right up here, too.
So we had up front, we had generic Maverick, and we had Fade. So this is just Token, because he's just the other guy. I didn't even know there was a third black guy until I'm watching it with you guys. It's just, these people are just so interchangeable. They're only useful to me if they have nicknames, because I just don't care.
Half of them exist here just to be shark bait.
Yes. See if we can get it to yep, here we go. We're gonna crash. Duck down. Look at that. Oh, it's class act right there. He bangs his face on the thing. Let's watch this again. Because that doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
That's all it takes to correct the ship. We just fix one.
Turn the wheel.
One little wheel.
Turn the wheel. I know what you're thinking out there. I got to get myself one of these ships to scale right there. Turn the wheel, buddy. Turn it faster. Come on, dodgeball. Okay, get ready. We're going to go in for the crash. We're ready. Absolutely. Watch. Here we go. Duck down. Yeah. So if you're in a space crash, that's what you got to do. You got to duck down. Those of you don't any of you want to take a stab at it, we need to figure out, I need to get a template to put over things so we can still talk and do whatever, but there'll be some sort of, EFAP does this. So I need something like that. I cannot figure out how to make my own StreamYard templates. So that's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Going back to chat for a second here. I'll take a break from that. Maybe we can dodge our things.
Hold on one second. You need what? You need templates for StreamYard?
I thought we could get like a StreamYard template. The templates are the ones that kind of stay up over the screen, and you can have something like that. It'd be like a watermark. It would say pops on it, so we could still be there, and it would say pops on it. All the ones I do block us completely out. You can't see anything. I want to be able to see kind of what's going on.
You just want the little pops logo up in the right hand corner of the screen.
Well, I wanted something that would kind of block more of this out, so probably we would hopefully be less likely to get.
Okay, so you don't want just an icon up at the top right of the corner. You want the whole thing,
right? Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, because
I can do the little logo, right?
Okay, well, anyway, we'll talk after. I can do that.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Last time I said I wanted something, next thing I know, Chris Persia had it in my email by the time I even finished my freaking paragraph. It's just how people go. So I've learned now to just talk out loud about things. So that way there's no like ego to bruise or anything like that. So, okay, where do I leave off here? So I kept calling her not Kaylee because she clearly went from the ginger look from Firefly. Oh, that actually is kind of true. They did kind of look like a knockoff of Kaylee. And Van Allen belt. Let's see. I think Fade is an elf. Okay. Pointy ears. Okay. EMP is a generic term anymore. Everyone has heard of. Dodge the wrench. Yes, you have to dodge the wrench. I have that clip, so I'm not going to derail this even more. One guy looks like a younger Jeff Daniels. I want to call him dumbest. What's the point of strapping in when you're only the pilot and co-pilot seat are fixed to the position? The others have cheap swivel chairs. Yeah, well, there's no effort. It's just like duck down. I don't know.
And by the way, this is supposed to be like the ship going to start a colony,
or some sort of major technological thing that will move us forward for all mankind. I don't quite understand. They kind of glossed quickly through what the point of the mission was. But yeah, it's so insane. It's so badly done. So here's a generic Maverick. They're all basically just touch and base. No one knows what to do. And I
I'm
think
going
they're
out. No, you're gonna go out. No, you
oh
can't
no,
go
this
out.
is before that. This is where they're going. How much food do we have? We can last for 6. So we're good, right? So she's just like, we're good. We just do she does an inventory of how much. Well, we can do this. And Ginger's like, yeah, we'll be able to start growing plants. And I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm like, what on earth? You've crashed for 5 minutes, and one of your officers or crew members are like, you know what? We'll just start growing plants. We'll be fine. Like, what on earth is wrong with you people? Anyway, it's all really bad. And Ginger, they're not going to be able to go back. And Ginger's like, I'll never see my dad again. Blah 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 blah. And we're like, whatever. No one cares. No one cares. She's talking about food and resources, all this, and they're debating about who gets to go out. Like Ironcaster was saying, they're going to go out, and they're going to walk to this other module.
By the way, one of the first things that really stuck out to me was that initial shot when you see like the group outside of the ship. The CGI is just not syncing up. Everything is just like terribly distorted. It just looked awful.
Yeah. The one guy looks like he's totally in a Saturday Night Live skit. He's always got this goofy grin on his face and stuff.
Like this shot right here. All the rocks in the ship, they kind of jitter a little bit. Like they didn't have enough time to finish kind of syncing this all up properly.
You can see the rendering line. So the rendering line, right? So that you have a rendering. So you have rendering lines that are in through here that you can see right here on the ramp. It's 2 different colors. They didn't even try to color it right. So it's 2 different colors. So that's probably where the rendering line is. It goes along like that. So it's completely different. Yeah. This is all. It's just nothing matters. It's just I don't even know. So you just have different layers. This is a layer. That's probably a layer. Yeah. It's crazy. So, and this was funny. I actually laughed. Watch this.
Cyrillic. Russian, maybe.
Russian. That's odd.
Wait for it. That's Fade? No. Fade's out there, right? Isn't this Token? I get them confused, guys. You have to help me. I can't keep track.
If anything, we probably picked up some Chinese characters from the YouTube too.
No.
Because Russian and Chinese look exactly alike and sound exactly alike.
Sure wasn't that. Let me see if I can get it pulled back up.
We have more important things to do. Come on.
Yeah, we're picking up a communication on the moon after crashing, but we have more important things to do. They made it.
Don't mind that.
We made it to this cart covered in wrinkled foil, gold foil. Maybe this was like the duct tape projects, or it's like there's paper that you can get like a I don't know, like a wallpaper or something.
Oh shoot!
Oh yeah, dude, he when they crash landed, he smacked his face on the railing, so he gave himself a bloody nose. So I presume this was part of where the sharks were going to go because they could smell his blood. That's what I was going for.
Exactly. This was my thought. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna have sharks on the moon. This is now where we're gonna have the sharks show up.
Right. And there we go.
They waste no time at all.
There's almost like the it's kind of like the grab boys. You're just a thing going across at them, and they just kind of stand there. No one's like, oh, well, I wonder what that is. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is. What could that be? And then it just kind of runs out of them. This is them running on the moon. Oh, and he bursts into flames, and I'm like, what on earth? What? Yeah. There you go. They're coming at him, and then the one bursts into flames, and then the other one
on that green screen is absolutely horrible.
It's everything.
That's all green screen. There's nothing like the reason why you have like a normal ground is so that your feet don't look like they're hovering and floating on green screen, and that's exactly what they've got going.
It's funny how that shot of the shark, he was faced one direction, and then when they cut to the next shot, it was faced the opposite direction. So it messes up with our eyes. Our eyes don't take things that way. You have to keep the perspective going the same direction. It's just there's nothing particularly good. So these people just show up. By the way, they save them. This guy, yeah,
No helmet, no helmet. They're just wearing chainmail around their head. You know, the Russians got chainmail over his ears because that's going to protect you from the vacuum of space. And his little girl there, Akula. You can guess what they call her. Akula.
She's like
Shark
the
Girl.
Soviet Winter Soldier. Shark Girl.
Shark Girl. So you've heard of Lava Girl and Shark Boy. Well, this is, Shark Girl and Daddy Russian. And yeah, he has like a little headpiece and he has like an oxygen tube around his nose, and they wear glasses because you got to keep the moon dust out of your eyes, I guess. And these little jumpsuits, and they basically create this long diatribe on how he survived the Russian ship getting there, which took the sharks there, and he found her and raised her like his own. And they have this long story about how they can survive.
By the way, if you watch the cosmonaut's little weapon, when it's up close like this, it's got blood. When they do the group shot, there's no blood on it.
You're right.
Right there.
Yeah, you get that. That was funny.
Like, oh no, this isn't gonna be another creeper, is it?
Yeah, she's got her shark. There's her shark dorsal fin back thing, like Shark Girl.
Yep.
She's a witchy little thing, by the way. No blood.
Yep.
And they get into this thing. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. All right, let's just jump ahead a bit. Go ahead.
They're like, we don't have enough seats on this moon buggy. Oh, not a problem. One of them gets eaten.
Yeah. It's just one dies right away. Then they basically they ride the boat. We end up in this. This is where they, I guess, live. This is his little shuttle camp thing, base place. He's been here for decades, and he's created technology to figure out how to survive, but he still lives like this.
Don't you love the light right in the eyes with the helmets?
Oh, just everything. Just like that
right
shot
there.
right there. Yeah. At least it's on his forehead.
Hers, the other one's it's right in her eyes.
It's the best. It's freaking great. Didn't even name her. She didn't even matter. She's playing with her pod. Go ahead.
So I gotta ask, but at this point in the movie, you guys are probably cursing my name as you're sitting through this. You're like, what the heck has this guy gotten me into? I am watching a movie about sharks on the frickin' moon.
Loki, you want to take that?
Oh, sure. I'd taken probably 2 breaks. I'd like walk out and it'd be just like, what am I doing? And how did I get here in my life that I'm watching sharks on the moon? There's a point where you just have to kind of disconnect and you go, fuck it. Let's just get to the end. The end can't possibly be worse than the rest of this piece of shit movie.
It's crazy.
But just wait. They're going to double down on how bad this shit is when we get to the end. So at this point, I just mentally said, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to finish it because,
Dean says he bought that lunar module. He bought his own version at Home Depot on sale. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Tinfoil.
Dean.
Tinfoil. Gold tinfoil. Yeah.
Yep. Dean, it is all for laughs. It is all. This movie is so insane. It's insane. It really is.
I'm surprised they didn't pull like the black part of the radio flyer off of the thing when they put that out there.
Yeah, left the flag in. Yeah. Is she an android? No, she is Shark Girl. She is Shark Girl. Come on, Pops.
In other words,
future of all the building must have large plastic tubes everywhere. Yeah, okay.
In other words, guys, this was the best movie ever.
Dave Bob's like, Iron Sky was funny. This is not so much. Fembot Shark. Yeah. You're disgracing fembots, in my opinion. They at least had boob guns. She just has a hump. Oh, that's right. They don't kill him right away. So they catch him and then they start torturing him. Now, so this is what I said earlier where I thought we were going to get like hammerheads. Instead, we get these weird hybrids. So this is one. she has these extremely long forearms and claws and a little tiny. That's not even like a great white head. I don't even know what kind she's supposed to be. She's a freaking amalgam. She's supposed to be a girl. She's supposed to be a female one. But yeah, she starts just slapping him around, and then they see she's got boobs.
Oh,
and then
she's not just a female shark. She's the queen of the shark people.
right. Yeah, she's like, tell us where your ship is. We can't find the ship.
God help
This
us.
This shot made me stop. I have to admit, I stopped. I was like, okay, I need a break. So what on earth am I looking at here? I'm like, where did they get the stuff to make their costumes? Why are they wearing costumes? What do they care about being covered up for? Since when are sharks modest? My brain just raced down too many avenues, and I'm like, this is just wrong. Like, I'm just.
Well, I mean, if you look at them, they're all wearing the Soviet stars. So presumably they salvage stuff from the cosmonaut ship.
Okay. Like, you've thought way too much into this, but okay. So this guy comes over. So the other shark, this is the muscle. He comes in, and I love it. Just grabs him and just bites his foot off and just starts. Yeah, that's the best. Actually, that might have been the best because when I took a break and I came back and saw that, I'm like, oh, all right, well, I can live for that. That's actually funny. That actually made me laugh. And Dodgeball just starts screaming. That's great.
At least they thought ahead to not just let him bleed out without explanation. So they have to cauterize the wound.
Yeah, they cauterize the wound. They have like a blowtorch. They cauterize the wound.
It was like they took a bar stool and they just heated up the seat.
Right.
Because it's just this big open frying pan looking bit.
Yeah. So they get the idea. They're just going to put them in the same suits. He has multiple suits laying around. Who knew? And I kid you not, that's what they look like. Look at generic Maverick in the back. I'm like, first off, it's about now that I'm realizing I'm dealing with a black dude. By the way, I missed the other scene. In the other scene, I kid you not, I think I paused. I think I facepalm and I cursed you a little bit in my head, Ironcaster. Something about seeing Elton John, and the black dude goes, "Dude, you saw Elton John?" As though the black dude would be down, like you saw Elton John, like the black dude's your Elton John fan. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, of course, we gotta have that bonding.
Over Elton
We're not so different, you and I.
I know, what on earth? And they're just wearing the flaps are down. They have to wear their glasses and these little oxygen tube. The little flaps are hanging, and
and they have algae that they're using to breathe.
Oh right. Yeah, algae. You want to explain the algae?
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We have science for how this works, for how they can breathe on the moon. They thought this through.
Well, they tell you a whole bunch of stuff, and it includes algae that generates oxygen, and he can eat it. Let's just keep moving. This was the CGI city. Now, mind you, the human and the sharks have been here the same amount of time. We don't exactly know how they got separated, but they did. He lives in his little tiny shack, and they built a city with multiple buildings, with multiple functions. They've harnessed what appears to be some sort of lava explosions. Volcano,
yeah,
right?
A volcano on the moon.
Yeah, we only slightly overlooked that.
Just insane. And so insanely bad, by the way. Yeah, this is the sets on the inside. Look at this, how ridiculous. I gotta be honest, when I saw this movie, I thought to myself, she doesn't really want to act again. She just wants it to be over. She's just done.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We're the only people who have actually seen this movie. No one's gonna know she was in this.
You can imagine someone running into Tubi's office right now. 4 people watch this. 4 people. Oh, I told you it was. Now, here we go. They're going to fight the sharks. I kid you not. This is the scene. Would you guys like a little bit of sound? Why not? I know. Oh, I wish we had that too. We get flagged for that. By the way,
she's just pissed because they gave her Ray-Bans she's got to wear.
Yeah, that's true. The copyright flags I've gotten now are The Loki one where he was singing the face swap where he's doing Bohemian Rhapsody. And then I had noob reviews on, and Megan's doing some sort of cheesy pop song in the face. So I got to stop doing the reface ones with the singing because the singing's what causes the copyright claims.
Oh yeah, I bet they don't like music.
They don't like music. Look how bad that is. So ridiculous. Chopped his eye off. That's one angry Pirates of the Caribbean right there. Get him, generic Maverick. Jab, jab. Got the other eye. He's just two little meat stumps on its head now. And she just jumps in the air. Look at this. She just jumps in the air.
She jumps over it.
Everybody jumps over everything. That's so insanely bad. To take down Hammerhead. I didn't want to see Hammerhead go. So
I just kind of wish he was like. I kind of wish the movie ended with like a post-credit scene of the one without eyes still stumbling around the moon.
No.
Where did everybody go? Hello, hello, it's me, Hammerhead. Hello.
Does she like it when you touch my fin? Oh, see, Goblin Shark, maybe.
They say I'm the finny one.
Oh no, there are mini sharks. We'll get to the shark thing. The shark, we've not even scratched the surface of the sharks. What they do with the shark? No, they do not spit acid.
I feel like we need to stop and take stock of where we're at with this movie, just to make sure everyone's on the same page.
It's so bad. Go ahead.
So we have Soviet sharks on the moon.
Yep.
Soviet man sharks on the moon.
Hybrids. Yep.
We have our crew now on the moon, now lost.
Trapped there.
Yes. They have a crewmate they have to go rescue.
He's been kidnapped and being tortured. Yep.
The sharks speak Russian, but not English. So that's why everyone talks in English.
Except for the one, she can speak English, but the rest of them all speak Russian. They don't even understand Russian, according to the Russian cosmonaut, who now has a hybrid human-looking shark daughter.
For no reason.
I think that about does it. I think that's about right.
Okay.
We've lost at least one or two crew members. We don't really even know which ones are which. And there we go. Here's another one going down. Oh, this was dramatic. Yeah, I remember this part. I should have turned the closed captions on because at one point it says screaming and she only gurgles. She doesn't scream. I just kind of laughed.
I was disappointed we didn't get a shot of like her head getting sucked out of the suit.
I actually thought we were gonna have like blood like in the suit, like in her face, like that. That's what I thought we were gonna get. We didn't get that.
Well,
no, we gotta come back to Ginger.
You think they can afford blood packs?
I wouldn't even use a blood pack. I mean, I can just make a generic blood pack for a movie, just blow something up, and just be ready. I just need the shot. I don't care what it looks or sound like as long as I get blood and stuff going everywhere. Just put some oatmeal and some red food dye and stuff like that. Blow it up. You'll be all right. Clearly, we must greet our new shark overloads and show fealty. All right, we'll see. Shark City. We built this city. On Shark's Back Road. We built this city. Maybe that's a sequel. Shark City. Maybe. All right. So we got to move along a little faster. We'll never get through because they're just searching this base and they're listening to Little Shark Girl, taking them down these really cheesy tunnels. Some have green lights and red lights. Oh, there's Hobbler. They've got him. He's got one leg in the shark room.
And we got the baby sharks.
Yes. Baby sharks. And generic Maverick is like, no, we got to blow this place up. And she starts throwing a tantrum about how, no, we're not doing that. These are little babies. They didn't do anything wrong. I have no idea where they got the shelves and the way to build this contraption where they have all these baby shark eggs, but they're there. Look at that. Now look at these shelves. So just so we're clear, the king of the shark hybrids is this female shark thing that speaks English, and her plan is to get to their ship to take all of the eggs to Earth so they can take over the Earth. That's the grand antagonist. Yeah,
because sharks are known for the queens.
Yes. And so we're clear, Loki has probably completely checked out. He's probably doing something completely different by now because he's like, I can't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't know who was dead. There will be people that die in like massive explosions, and then suddenly they're back, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought this person died in this. They got killed. No, they're back. No, they didn't die. But this person got eaten. No, they didn't.
I don't even know if they died or got eaten. I think there are just like 6 different versions of like black dudes and stuff. Like we don't even know like who's and what's what half the time. It's so freaking frustrating. So
there is a guy that dies in an explosion, and then he's back on the ship later, and you're like, wait, what the but you died screaming, you know, and no, he's back.
You held an explosive.
Yeah, you held an explosive and you blew up, but now you're back on the ship. Right.
Like all better.
Cheering on death. Cheering on. Way to go, Chris. Yes. Yes. Universal Shark Translator. Yes. Yes. Pity the fool that comes after my fins. Little Mr. T reference. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. Clearly the cloning technology. Sheesh, Loki. Clearly.
You see, my theory was all that time Loki's staying silent. He's writing me the biggest thank you letter for showing him this movie.
No.
For Loki.
No.
Loki's significant other likes this type of schlock. Like went on a long rant about how many Sharknado movies are actually in his house, how they watch all of these crazy amalgam ones or whatever. And even she was like, no, it's that bad. Like we couldn't even win. We went schlock that's below that level. So all right, folks.
She has so she has all the Sharknado movies. She has all the super croc movies. Now I'm a Godzilla fan. I'm a huge like old school monster movie fan. So I've got like all the Universal monster movies, all the Abbott and Costello's, Thing from Another World, all that cool shit. But she's into all the Sharknadoes and Super Croc and Sharknado versus Super Croc and Anaconda versus Sharknado and all that shit. And she thought this was the biggest pile of dog shit she'd ever seen. So
I am predicting within the next 5 years, this is going to get the Rift Tracks treatment.
Chris Persia, yes. Coincidentally enough, she does have 2 copies of Moonfall, the regular copy and the steelbook. So yes, you are indeed correct, sir.
What an
amazing guess.
Yes, hashtag blame Ironcaster. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you think 5 years for Rift Tracks?
I think so.
I don't even know if they're going to wait that long. If they actually get wind of this, Tubi's going to be like, pay us some money. What do you guys want? Because this is so insane for Rift Tracks. This is just, oh my gosh.
I think this is the next Manos, the Hands of Fate.
Okay, maybe.
Like, honestly, I'm all on board with this movie. It's like, it's like, and I was kind of saying this last night. It's like one of those like atomic like 50s B movies where like, oh, we'll go to Venus for a business meeting and we'll go fight the Venusians.
It's so worse than that. This movie is so much worse than I wish they were. Because at least in the 50s, it was all practical stuff and it was just cheap stuff that they got. This is just, like you said, that's a freaking ring light in the background. It's so distracting. She's got this little silver rag thing that barely on her head with these crazy glasses that they made her wear. It's so freaking nuts.
Look, I've got my ring
light. So this is them. This is them making it back to the ship shorthanded on humans and missing other humans, and now they're attacking the ship. So that's what we got left. Keep an eye on here. Dodgeball. Dodgeball's going to go sacrifice himself. Runs out here. He's going to do his thing to bide them some time to come up with the next plot point nonsense. How bad this looks. Somebody said King Shark, making another Suicide Squad reference. King Shark actually looked freaking good, man. I liked King Shark. It looked all right. All right, we need to watch Ice Pirates. Now that's entertainment. That's actually not a horrible movie, though. I think you missed the point of this, Dave Bob. We were going for schlock. At least I was going for schlock. So, yeah, this is literally the Jurassic Park scene where it comes in the room. Ginger's supposed to be trying to figure something out with microscopes. I'm not quite sure how the microscopes are relevant to anything, but that's what she does. There's the table scene. So it's Jurassic Park. Makes a noise and runs for it. So yeah, doesn't make it. So it's just a lot of bickering and nonsense about blowing up the baby sharks and if we can trust this thing or not. She has a little interaction with the queen. They're evidently sisters at one point. There's just so much stuff thrown against the wall. I don't even know what to do with all of this. Look at this. Look how bad the head looks.
Oh, so we didn't mention the best part about this movie, why they're trying to steal the ship.
I thought I covered that they're trying to get back to Earth with the baby eggs. No?
Oh yeah. So they can like take over and rule the planet.
Planet of the Sharks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was their solution. All the baby eggs that were on those shelves are going to eventually go across the ship and be flown in. So this is them. There's some run on the moon. There's a string here. Why is there a string here? On the left behind that rock, there's a little string. Let's see if I can find it again. But yeah, the sharks come over the thing. There's a whole lot of we don't know what to do. Then suddenly this guy, he at least says, I don't know why I didn't think of it before. He has this plan where he can blow something up and save the day. So they're going to try that scheme now, where you get to the end. He's going to try this scheme to get that rocket going.
Oh, no. They needed like the flight plans, and they wanted to stick a USB into his
it's from
Russian...
USB. They just look at it and go, oh, that's the flight plan. Just a USB. I go, okay. All right. Don't know how y'all knew that, but you did. Yes.
Oh, yeah. The Soviets had that technology in the 80s.
Yeah. All right. So long story short, this is our big climactic. Here's the shark thing, riding it. It kind of cakes over somehow, falling down to Earth. And there's like light on the side of the moon. And then we end up with this scene. We're in the water.
And they survive in the belly of a shark.
Yeah, they survive inside the shark and get to Earth. I feel like we missed too many steps there, but we're getting long in the. We're spending too long on this movie in this way because we have to spend time on this ending that made this ending makes Loki so happy. I make sure we cover this ending well. Go ahead. Loki.
If you like rewind it, because I had to rewind it, I was like, okay, this makes absolutely no effing sense. If you rewind it, the sister of Shark Girl is throwing them into the mouth of the mega shark behind her. See, that's sister of Shark Girl. She is picking them up and throwing them into mega shark behind them. That gets launched into space by the volcano and makes its way to Earth. Don't ask me how. Don't ask to explain it. Just shut your mind off. Ignore everything that says there's a 0.0001% chance of the explosion sending them to Earth. Don't ask how they survived with oxygen. Don't ask what they ate on the trip. Don't ask any fucking questions whatsoever. Just be a absolute moron and believe they survived the trip, and that their safety boat there somehow survived the trip in the stomach of the shark that went through space and survived re-entry into Earth, and they landed all right in the water. Don't ask any questions.
Perfect sense.
It's just like back in the day with Mullet Girl, when she said, "Stop talking. Don't. You're ruining it. Don't say anything. Don't comment because you're just gonna ruin it." It's just like Miss Mullet says in the ship on Halo. Don't question anything.
This thing about them riding the shark through the atmosphere, they stole that from Sharknado 3.
Oh, okay. Now we're plagiarizing other schlock.
Yes.
We'll have to bring in could whisper it in, and she could have given us a lecture on Sharknado 3, so we all would have known. We probably have to address, like, I know, chat, you guys are crazy. I know. After Planet of the Sharks, it'll be Beneath the Planet of the Sharks, To the Rise of the Planet of the Sharks, and the Return of Planet of the Sharks. Maybe.
Yes, I love this.
Yes. If you build a civilization on the moon, you will hold the ultimate high ground. They can make gravity sleds and shoot airtight cargo containers at the ocean. Yes. Where's the shark exterminator when you need one? And one baby egg floats up near that raft. Oh my God, it's a baby shark. Oh, you have no idea how bad it's going to get, Gap.
So the last 5 minutes is the most insane part of this movie.
I don't even know what's happening. The biggest load, skipping the fact that it would have taken days to get from the moon to Earth. They survived the trip. Yeah, where did the rubber D? I don't know. It's inside the shark. He put it so succinctly, and it just makes my head hurt.
This is the best movie ever.
It made me laugh. I will admit that. So they're in the water, and I was like, because I'm with Loki, and I called Loki today. We're talking, and he goes, "So you're not at the end?" And Loki just starts laughing, and I'm like, "What? What?" He goes, "Oh no, you got to see it for yourself." No, it can't be that bad. He's like, "Oh no, you got to see it. You're not gonna believe it." So he's laughing at me, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm getting myself into.
Oh, no, it's because Pops is telling me that it can't get worse than what I've already seen. And I was like, oh no, no, wait till the last 5 minutes of the movie. Just wait till the last 5 minutes of the movie. You haven't seen shit yet. If you think this can't get any worse, you haven't seen anything yet.
I know, this is insane. So they get inside a shark that is inside a volcano. They get shot to the earth, and the dinghy survives. They get out of the dinghy, and here's the best. Look at the face on Generic Maverick. Generic Maverick's like, goes, damn. He's like at this face because here's what's happening. She's in labor. They're like, well, have you ever been with another shark? They're like, no. And then scientist Dr. Commander lady just makes up some term that sharks can just make sharks. That is not a thing, folks. I have no idea what kind of butt crack they pulled that out of. But
they did have a throwaway line earlier in the movie about parthenogen, about being able to just asexually reproduce. And because she was one of the hybrid shark experiment things from the Russians.
He used to cover his face.
God help us.
Of course, she's going to be able.
Yep, there's the baby shark. Oh, God, we didn't stop at the right spot. He's like, I am. His face is the best. And all I kept thinking when I'm watching this scene, and I'm pausing it nearly as much as I'm pausing it now, and all I kept thinking about was Loki laughing. Oh, Pops, you're so cute. Thinking it won't get worse. It gets way worse. Look at this.
Shit.
This is so ridiculous. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And then it gets worse.
And then it gets worse. And I have to be honest, when IronCaster and I are talking, I'm like, what did I seeing here? I'm like, I don't understand.
She's like, wait a minute, my babies need me, and he just jumps in the water.
Yeah, it attacks Generic Maverick because he's there wiggling around screaming.
These teeth are sharp.
Nicole, I've got to take care of my babies.
So she just jumps in the water. Now, at this point, I'm like, what is she talking about? There's like one baby and it's biting him. I'm like, I don't understand what she's talking about. And then it's like, it takes a second or two. We have this shot. And she just kind of looks around. And I guess they're all baby sharks.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut it because she says we're effed, but they cut it. So that's Shark Side of the Moon. A movie that literally broke Loki and Pops, just so we're completely clear, even though I'm speaking in third person, I have no shame of absolutely Ironcaster. Yeah, hashtag blame Ironcaster.
It's that look. It's that look right there. That look like test me, mother. Yeah.
And then there's a little old lady.
Knives for sale.
It's just been me sitting here for 40 seconds because my computer wouldn't load. Boy, isn't that like some great content for anybody that happened to notice? Like,
Don't ask questions, Pops. You'll ruin it. And that's exactly what she says. Don't.
I mean, my favorite moment, the moment that I think made me bust out laughing the hardest was this, just at about the 20-minute mark, the stripper scene where Santa's going into the strip club and he's busting heads, and before he goes to like use the stripper pole to kill a guy, he's got to stop. He's got to wipe it off and disinfect it first.
So yeah, the disinfecting of the pole. I loved all the different deaths. Like, it was fun. I mean, I rewound several times to rewatch different moments of, did he do this? Did he do that? So Loki, what's it? I mean, obviously you regularly quote the introduction scene, which always makes me laugh. Is there something else that you could say is at the top of your list?
Oh, the beginning of this movie, the first 5 minutes of this movie are absolutely insane. This is what got me to watch this movie. I was like, do I really want to watch a horror slasher movie with Bill Goldberg where he's playing Santa? And then I watched the first 5 minutes of the movie with Fran Drescher. Santa here. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. And he goes about murdering this despicable, annoying, effed up family where the son-in-law is banging the mother-in-law, and all of this, you know, you're getting Kate Spade, and no more of this mall shit. We're not going to the mall to buy Christmas. We're getting designer shit, or we're revolting. And it's like this despicable family, and there's James Caan going, I just want a moist turkey. I want a moist turkey, Fredo. And Fran Drescher's like, moist, that'd be nice. And you're like, oh my God, please kill all of them. And then, like Jesus on the mountain, there's Bill Goldberg coming down the effing chimney, and he murders the entire family and the dog. Because, yeah, even the yapper dog's annoying. The dog's first. So,
yeah, so... yeah, that was so the daughter is praying. She's supposed to be doing some sort of grace. She's praying for not making them poor. Thank you for making us rich.
Not Samoan.
Not Samoan, not making us poor. And Chris Kattan. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. It's
nitrous oxide and testosterone pumping through every shot they took in this entire movie. And that's how you have to make those movies. You can't go girly mode and be like, oh, you know, wouldn't it be amazing if they did this? Get off the set, you prancing fritter. Get off the set. No, we need testosterone. We need manly men doing manly things, cutting people in half and screaming, this is Sparta.
all right, Chris. You heard that hashtag prancing fritter. So
now they're like walking over the dead here. So there's like this great, there's this great shot. Yeah, they're walking. There it is. Okay, so they're walking over the dead, and you've got, you know, your stragglers back here that are just like, no, die. We're gonna get you as we're
making sure everyone that's there is dead. Yeah.
But then Leonidas breaks his own rule, and this is where it goes tits up, and the historians start bad mouthing everything. And the war professors, Leonidas breaks the line. He breaks out of the line. So he leaves his formation and starts just riddling people with there you go, right there. Leonidas is like, you know what? I don't need my line to fight with me. I'm gonna go up here and do my own thing. That didn't happen.
This is very Hollywood. Very Hollywood, very
Yeah.
dangerous. It would not work. You would not want to do this. The law of numbers are against you. People are not going to line up one at a time to attack you like this. So therefore, this would not be how they would have operated. But it's the Hollywood moment. It's like we give you a little bit of history, but then we have to have these Hollywood moments, and it literally is like, Spartan superhero stuff, like one person
Yeah.
at a time, just cutting them all down. A little bit of that in the background, implying that many of them are doing it before we get to this moment, which is by far the moment, the defining moment of the movie, the defining moment in history.
The book,
It is
the novel.
however you want to look at it, my friends. This is the money right there. That is that. If you could turn to the graphic novel, you would find that image right there. That's is incredible.
Yeah,
So,
open it up, and on the inside of the hardcover, that's what you see. This is the scene you see when you open it up. This is on the inside of the hardcover. So you don't even have to go to the middle of the book and find this scene. It's just there. They look thirsty. Let's give them a drink. That's right.
Yep, give them a drink. Jacob, so here's the thing that you're absolutely right about is when the Hunchback would have tried to leave their ranks, like they would have a perimeter that would have been set up and would have been a protective perimeter. When he was trying to break that rank without permission, because they would know, that's when he would have gotten killed.
Okay, so he knew the trails in the hot gates because he lived there. So he knew about this old goat trail. The way he got out of camp, and as far as history goes, was he would take that path and spy and then come back and report to the Spartans what they were doing because he could get further down that ravine than they could. So he would go on that path and do scouting and then come back and report. Well, that wasn't good enough for him. So he ended up taking that path, going down and selling out and selling the Spartans out because he wanted a uniform. He wanted to be a general. He wanted to be someone important, and he got his uniform.
Yeah. It just the ego and all of that. And I think this film really played this out really, really well compared to other movies. Because again, you mentioned this earlier, and they refurbished some of the props from Alexander and Troy, because this is this entire era of these films. Those films just seem like they were just so misguided and all over the map with these type of archetypes. Like their scripts were just such a mess, and some of this stuff just did not translate well to film at all. And the Hunchback story really, really did well.
The boyish playful Achilles was wrong. They have this scene where like they wake him up and he wakes up and he's like, ugh, and he's doing the guy thing, and then he goes and fights the guy and he beats him and he's like, what, that's it? That's the only reason you called me. But then he's like playing tit for tat with his nephew or his cousin, and you're like, they're prancing around like chicks, and it didn't work. You're absolutely right, and they did the same thing with Alexander. It didn't work.
It is. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the shade. I'm sorry. You're right. I skipped the spot.
The arrows.
Yeah, because when Michael Fassbender's character is like something about, being what the light versus the dark, and it's like, okay, we'll fight in the shade. We'll fight in the shade, and then of course the shade.
Your arrows will block out the sun. Our arrows will block out the sun.
We'll fight in the shade, and they take these arrows and just it's an incredible sequence. And
they start laughing their asses off. This is the son of his first lieutenant, and he's laughing. He's like, "We'll fight in the shade." It's just like, you crazy mad lads.
Yeah,
you absolute insane mad lads.
And they're just prepared for everything. So it wasn't like it was going to catch them by surprise. And of course, I know this seems like it's in hindsight, but I'm telling you what, in 2006, in the theater, when they stand up and all those arrows are out of their shields and they just drop the sword and just cut them off like that, that was the biggest, coolest boss move. Oh my gosh. I don't know about if you remember that moment, Loki, but when that happened in the theater, it was like, holy cow, that's incredible.
Yeah, when they stand up and they knock all those arrows off those shields.
Oh, really awesome. And then, of course, they face off against the Immortals.
Why are they called the Immortals? Do you bleed?
Yeah. Where are we at?
Oh, the Rhino. The Rhino. You wanted the Rhino.
Well, I just thought this was such a cool scene because it's one of those things where you just don't quite know at the first time you see this movie exactly how this is going to play out. But then, of course, the chaos and the bloodshed never ever stops. Throws the spear and the rhino lands at his feet, and he doesn't even move. If you watch carefully, the cape is what moves, not him. His foot doesn't actually move. Look at that thing.
And he had animals. He had rhinos. He had elephants.
Yeah, he's
he
already
had
had all sorts
all
of
kinds
victories in Asia and India, so he's got all
Yeah.
these animals outfitted with different weaponry. And instead of it being like a Leonidas moment, look, no, we get this guy. Boom.
Get the kid.
The kid's earning his keep, man, right in the face. And you feel like that the metaphor here, or at least what it told me today, was so the kid knew how to bring down the rhino. It wasn't the seasoned expert that's been at war 3 or 4 times. No, the kid is so well trained and knowledgeable, and it's a throwback to what happened when they were young, when Leonidas and the wolf scene. It's like, what did this kid face when he was put through those kind of challenges and things like that? I loved it. It was a great sequence.
Throw first, ask questions later.
Yeah, it does. Camera moves down briefly, so we get the shot of the cape. You see that he doesn't actually move. It's just the way the cape moves, by the way. And it's a really, really a subtle thing. I know I'm probably overselling it in some ways, but in other ways, I think it just is such a great thing that's not said about a film like this. Cause this is like, the grand scheme of these other battles and things like that. This sequence is, would be lower down the list of conversations. That's for sure. All right, let's jump ahead. Yeah. So we can go to so that's how the battles keep scaling up, because we have the rhino, we get the elephant, we have the immortals, we have all these different things. During the immortals battle is what we're having here, where the one loses his son, and you start to have this
The kid who just took down the rhino. Yeah.
Yeah. The Arcadians are like cowards now because they realize the hunchback has betrayed them. We got to skip through some of that sequence because obviously they are paying off the hunchback with more than just money. Let's just say the ladies are abound, and
they're not just ladies. There's some ladies abound with some danglers.
Yeah. So Zack Snyder had no problem showing off the ladies in this film. That's for sure. Not just Lena Headey. We move ahead, and then we have the scene with her because she's trained to play politics at home and work out the negotiations there, which have turned kind of violent. There's the hunchback making his negotiations. That's her. And, she basically gives in to the guy, thinking that's how she's going to get him to vote, before that kind of has to turn a little sideways too when she's confronting the Senate, the council. I think it's just called a council in this movie. And there he is. He's the scumbag. Done very well, very subtle, not a lot of craziness. I like that a lot. So, and this is the scene that you were talking about earlier, where we're getting at the end of the movie, where he tries to be physical, and gets too close, and she grabs his sword because he's lying about her, saying she's a whore and she's done this, and he was trying to accuse her of betting the other guy and all this. But when he gets stabbed, all the coins that are from the earlier sequence come out. The big payoff. So the big payoff between the priest, the oracle, him, and one of Xerxes' liaisons is what
it's a money shot. Little dad joke.
Loki's going for the puns.
It's a money shot.
Prancing Fritters.
Prancing Fritters.
Look at the shot. Look at the lighting. Look at just everything about this film. And the way the graphic novel was adapted just really, really capture emotional and mood changes so well. And modern cinema just has lost all of this ability. So we didn't really touch on the fact that the narrator character, who is Delios, is David Wenham. He's a Spartan soldier who's the narrator. He does get injured. He loses an eye, and he's the one that's sent back to tell the tale. Before that battle, he actually is sent before that battle because they know they're not going to survive that battle. And he now becomes the leader of their army. You can see him giving the speech. He's been sharing the story. He's motivating everyone, all the power and all the different things of the legacy, and motivating an army like this. It's great. So
imagine if Davy Crockett got injured in the Alamo and they sent him to go find Sam Houston. And he survived. Imagine what he would be like to all the troops, to everyone that was fighting for Texas independence.
Yeah.
He would have been the icon of icons, because he's the one guy that made it. And he didn't do it because he was scared. He didn't run. He was ordered by his superior officer to go back and get help and to tell them what happened. Go tell them what happened and be ready. You're injured. Can't use you. Go now.
We can wrap there. I think that pretty much gives everybody a good taste of everything. Oh, I wanted to say one thing before, in case he has to drop. On Daryl's show tonight, he on the VacTube, Loki, Daryl is taking the Padawannabe challenge.
Oh, dude, no.
He got the cards on our live stream giveaway. So he got the cards from, I think it's the 89 Batman card. So he's going to at least open one pack and chew that gum on the air. So, yeah.
That gum is what, 25 years old? Think about that. 35 years old. Think about that, Daryl. Think about it. And right now he's going, man, that ain't nothing. I drink whiskey older than that, dude.
Yeah.
That's like pop rock gum. We already heard from Padawannabe how dead that gum was. It's kind of like rotten pop rocks. No, dude.
I need to upload the clips of me when I chewed the gum and when Ironcaster did. So we have all 3 clips in here we can play. But yeah,
you can't add enough moisture to that stuff to make it gum again. Not even all of the saliva. It's just not gonna happen.
Okay, so Gates of Fire comes to mind. So I think Angry Canadian, Michael Mann wanted to do an adaptation of Gates of Fire, and it's just kind of moved along faster. Like they were able to get this through. So yeah, it is. It's one of those things that has been in the works, and it's probably Gates of Fire by Michael Mann is probably one of the best films that never got made because of this film. It kind of squats like, well, what are we gonna do now? How are you gonna top this? Like, I don't think anyone wants to really kind of get into that anytime soon. And we don't have writers that can do this. Like, obviously, they adapted Miller's work, but they just don't have the skills. I just don't see it. They don't make films like this either. Like, I don't mean that like the style. I was like, this is only like 60 days of shooting. This didn't involve like, 2 more months of reshoots and all this extra money and also no. They went in, they had their plan, they did their thing. A ton of it is in post-production, right? It's a lot of like subtle CGI stuff built around practical, which is why it feels so real, is you use real stuff there. Like there's a great meme going around where it's Ant-Man on one side and the Batman on the other. Like or hate either movie, it doesn't matter. The point of the meme is this one's shot in the volume where it's all CGI. This one has CGI in the background, but they have pillars and stuff in all the foregrounds, so it feels very real. That's the difference. This movie feels like you're so immersed in it, even though so much of this is fake and pretend, because it's just real props, real costuming, real things. Great cast. So yeah. So where does is it literally like one of the top 10? Is it at the top of when you get the new system all hooked up in the new place?
Oh yeah. It may be the first movie I watch. I don't know. I've got the projector, so the 4K projector is here. I've got the projector. I've got to get the screen still. It's a 200-inch screen. But yeah, it's definitely surround sound, all Bluetooth speakers. So yeah, I mean, I'm psyched. I can't wait. I can't wait to sit down and watch it.
I was trying to figure out if I can guess what else is in the top 5, and I know Wrath of Khan would be.
Oh yeah, the director's cut of Star Trek 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be one. And
Aliens.
Okay, Aliens. I was trying to figure out, does The Thing or Big Trouble make the list in the top 5?
Yes, I'll just say that.
Yes. Yeah. See, we have this back and forth for those of you at home about which is a better film, which is a better. Yeah, we just say yes because both are amazing. So listen, so Nas is like, what about Porky's too? What is it? Nas is bringing it always. So awesome. So no, man, I wish Ironcaster had been able to make it because I would have loved to have his little input and insight as well on a film that. I mean, listen, you can go to Zach's channel, you can go over to MVP. many other some of these creators that you guys have been here tonight. You guys use clips from this. You use the sounds. You use references. I mean, there's just this film's legacy is sort of bigger than the film itself in a lot of ways. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but that's kind of that was my take on doing this film. Was like, man, I think it's the anniversary, and it was a huge March film. By the way, this film was not supposed to make a ton of money. They thought they could just get. I mean, they wouldn't make a profit, obviously, but they did not expect to make over a couple hundred million, which back then was a blockbuster.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it didn't cost. Movies cost a lot less to make then.
Yeah. So, I mean, I remember when this opened and it was like, whoa, this movie is a gangbuster. And I kept telling everybody, this movie's freaking, that's a blast. It is.
I saw this 5 times. I saw it. That's how impressed I was. I went back and saw it. I went back and saw it 2 more times with my dad. And he doesn't do shit like that. I can count on one hand how many movies. Stargate, the original Stargate was one. Jurassic Park and this movie. And that's it. So 3 movies. In the entire time we were always going to the theater to see movies together, he went back and saw a movie more than once. So,
well, Jacob, it's awesome. All right, so let's see. So we have some fun things to look forward to and talk about. Talk hard. Obviously, make sure you stay tuned with that. I appreciate anybody that can be with us next week. Maybe try to do a giveaway or something. I'll try to throw together some ideas and some stuff laying around. Maybe we could do something just to celebrate 1 year of me just not doing all the other stuff as much. I won't say I won't do anything because I do have my finger in a few of those pots, but not like I used to. It's all pops first and foremost. Which, by the way, this coming weekend is the Oscars. And for those of you who don't know, the RR people are out of control because they got a chance for people to talk about their movie. So I have a video that's gone bonkers again. I have no idea why it's so special to them, but they love people that will pay attention to their movies. So to any of you that are in that group, hail to you. I appreciate it very much. I do enjoy watching some of their movies. So yeah, we're doing They Live soon. We're going to do that one. And then we're going to discuss something for Easter. So you guys in chat have suggestions. Feel free to leave comments. Let us know. We're going to try to decide on maybe a film to do the week right before Easter. Those kinds of things are what's coming up next on Talk Hard. So normal week for you, brother?
Normal week for me. We're going to do YouTube talk tomorrow. That should be interesting because I'm probably going to piss a handful of people off. We're talking about being honest and not sticking your nose up someone's backside for clout. Perpetuating bullshit and rumors for clout just so you can get other people's attention. So it should be interesting.
Clout. I just love the fact that there is like YouTube clout. It's just a weird thing to me because the rest of the world doesn't care like at all. Like I know that maybe there's like kids that do, but yeah, whatever. So I don't have a 300 outtake. I don't have a little video for 300. I probably should just make one just because it would be cool. But you know, there's that. So with that, since we talked about it and since Daryl's going to do it soon, let's do Pat and be on our way out the door. Hail to him. He was the first one to throw down the classic wax pack chewing gum. This was from a pack of Return of the Jedi trading cards. And yeah, he surprised us by doing this. So with that, you guys take care. Be blessed. Talk hard. And we'll see you next time. Okay.
Okay. So I stacked all the pieces here. We're gonna.
Oh, he went for the hardcore.
Nope.
I wish I could see Loki's face.
Wow.
Padawannabe is the boss.
You're the boss, brother.
You're the boss. We are clipping this. This will be a new clip.
It's like dusty pop rocks with no pop.
Pop rocks with no pop. Holy cow.
There's no way that's gum anymore.
It's just no taste at all.
There's no. It still tasted like chewing gum. But there's
no, you're a soldier, brother.
It just turns to dust. There's no
all I can say to that is
ooh-ah.